Benvenuti nella giungla dei graffiti. Questo è Impastore Rockstar, a podcast sweet Gihareh. Well, no, that's not what we. No, never mind. Just it's a podcast. Fake Rockstar chat show. I don't know what the next episode gonna be. I want to leave it as the fake Rockstar chat show. I'm okay with that. Rest in peace to tangential thoughts. I'm just trying to stick with certain things and move forward. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this is one topic I wanted to talk about. Time passing is not an apology. That's the Q&A thing not working no more. I don't know. I don't know why. This is the second time. Okay, now I just gotta get rid of it. Okay, the Q&A started poll. Okay. Let's see if the Q&A. Okay, the Q&A is working. The poll is not working. I don't know. And let me just tag some products. After doing some research, we got some new merch. It's moving slow. All right. Oh, I just published page 6 of my ninth book. I just published page 6 of my ninth book. We're gonna put that there. We'll do Woody's Fight Club. I just did those. I did those 2 shirts today. Streaming services. I did that shirt yesterday, but that's not a shirt I'm too hyped about. Respectfully, we'll go like that. Save. Okay. So, do we have everything? All right. After doing some research, we got some new merch, tags, and products. Okay. So, on the wonderful world of threads, so what got me initially is dude that posted this there. I forget what it said, but he was like, "Stay with me now." You know what I'm saying? And it'll say something else was like, "Stay with me," and they'll say something else was like, "Stay with me." So, but one of the "Stay with me" was time passing is not an apology. Now, I saw another post at another time, and he does a whole "Stay with me now," and some of those he kind of repeats, and one of those again is the time passing is not an apology. So reading it, I didn't really understand. Like that was like it was the rest of it that I was like, oh yeah, I like the rest of it. I understand the rest of it. I get it, but I didn't understand the time passing is not an apology. I didn't understand that part. And then light bulb moment. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh okay, I understand it now. I understand it now. So time passing is not an apology. And so when it finally hit me, I understood. It's like how somebody can say or do something, some type of transgression towards you, right? Against you, whatever. And think that if they let enough time go past, then all of a sudden y'all will be cool again. No, we're not cool. Just because you let a week or 2 or a month or a year, like just because you let some time pass doesn't mean that we're cool. Like you're not good. You're not in good graces. So time passing is not an apology. And so and it's a thing, like it's an actual thing where some people think like, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, let some time cool, let some time pass and let things just on the third, and then try to legitimately try to come back around, start things for everything is okay and everything is good. Like no, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not even sure, because sometimes there is a because some people are let's try to like hash this out right now. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, all right, you do gotta all right, yeah, we gotta let things cool off, and then we can come back and reapproach this or whatever, right? And so, but it's the addressing of a situation, and so I think that's just something that some people need to hear, or you know what I'm saying. Sometimes, yeah, how do I say it? It may not particularly apply to you at this moment, but you could probably think about some past times. And I'm not gonna say that it's a manipulation tactic, you know what I'm saying? But I think that is a thing that somebody could do something, say something, and and it affects you negatively. That was another one. It was you don't get to pick how I react. You don't get to choose how I react to your disrespect. And so I think that's the thing. Like people do say whatever, and then like I'm gonna just let some time pass, and then come back around and just try to think things are okay, things are cool, just to like I'm gonna let that be water. And no, no, no. I think that's what some people. I think some people even like have to be big on like no, 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 no. We're not gonna slide past that. That's not what you gonna call it. So I just I just wanted to like mention that. I just wanted to mention that time passing is not an apology. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just because you let I don't care how long I don't even care how long it's been. I don't care how long it's been. And I think one of the things about that is somebody said, once you get and this and so that's a whole nother topic, but I don't want to get too far into that. But uh at at a certain age, people understand what they're doing. Like they understand what they said, what they did, and the potential outcomes of that. There's not a lot of times where somebody could be like, "Oh, well, I didn't foresee this happening or going this far." Like you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and so especially, you know what I'm saying, in your adult years, there is no, yeah, like you, like whatever they said or did, very much intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like very much well aware of what could possibly happen, and so. Um, like those are that's why certain things it really is like so Jordan Peterson once said it. He said if you don't understand somebody's motive, their intention, then look at the outcome. And if you study the outcome, that'll let you know what I'm saying, what their intention was. And good or bad, you know, sometimes like it's just running a risk. If they were willing to risk whatever, then that should tell you something. And so it's like if they were willing to risk just for example, if they're willing to risk a relationship with you, if they knew that what they're saying or doing could potentially end the relationship with you. And so some people, and that's another part. That's another thing. Uh, think they could possibly think that you know what, this person is very forgiving, even if I did this or that, and this is why certain it's big on. This is why it's a topic, is because some people be like, oh, you know what, even if I do, this person will probably forgive. And that's the part that you got to be like, see, that's where you messed up. You thought that I was going to forgive or uh or allow you back in, or like that's the part. And I think that's where it messes that messes with some people, because it's like, dang. And so it's one or two things, and that's why it really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter in the sense of like that association being severed. It doesn't matter because either one, they didn't think that they thought they could possibly get away with it. You know, some people they're not mad at what they said or did. They're mad they got caught. You know, so that'd be one. Or they thought that they'll still be able to come around, that you might forgive. That's two. Or they thought that, you know, it's you're worth losing. It's and that's why it's like it doesn't matter. And so if they do lose you, it was like they should have been. They was okay with it. They was like, you know what? So that's why those are three big. That like those are all big things in that. And I just think that was a topic. I think time passing is not an apology, and I'm not sure how people, how some people interpret. And I think this was just on the other guy said it the other day, like, at a certain point in time, like you really don't you just don't play about certain stuff. It ain't even like they be like this person's like set in their ways and like this and the third. It's like, yeah, at a certain time, it's like, yeah, I ain't there what you about. You don't need to negotiate certain things. You're not going back and forth with a lot of stuff. Like it's just after a while, it's like, nah, it's not worth it. I ain't So time passing is not an apology. And just that's a boundary that you got to be willing to have for yourself. You got to be willing to have that boundary for yourself to be like, you know what? Yeah, like I'm not allowing, because, and I've said this before too. Like you gotta understand that, if just if somebody pushes you and you got a choice from then, right? Of how you, but one of them is, all right, cut ties association, boom. So they can never push you again. Now, if you decide to forgive that person, and not, it's a small, whatchamacallit, but then it at the same time, it kind of makes sense. And from there, once, if you decide to forgive this person and still allow them to keep access to you, they have already crossed the line. They've already crossed the line. So it's they are in a position, and you're in a position, whatchamacallit, they're in a position to either what? Push you again, because they've done that before. So you can't put that past them, right? You can't put that past them. Or they're going to, because the other part, like the big part about it is you're giving them a chance to do more than just push you. You're giving them a chance to do more than just push you. And it don't matter about this and the third. They have already shown you that they will cross the line. And at that point, there is a possibility that they will go further and beyond it. Like, and that's a choice. And like, I think SpongeBob quote is, trusting you is my choice. Losing my trust is your choice. That is no longer a thing. You see what I'm trying to say? You no longer have to ever trust somebody like that. You no longer have to ever trust anybody like that. Once that, all right, boom. But if you allow them, even to even have any type of association with you, there's a possibility that, yeah. So I just think that was something worth mentioning, whether to anybody who needs to hear that, time passing is not an apology. And again, what they said, they could have said something, they could have did something, and it does, like, it's just the fact that they were willing to do that. They were willing to say or do. And just because they let some time pass, I don't care how much time, then that's just not, that's not an apology. It's just not acceptable. So I think that was worth mentioning to someone. You know what I'm saying? I think someone might need to hear that, just so, because it's like, once you're aware, they say, if you know better, you do better. But people be knowing better and don't be doing better. So it's still it's one of it's almost like because with the Shannon Sharp thing, it was like, yo, he had Cat Williams, Monique, and this person. I forget the other person. He had like it was Cat Williams, Monique, and it was one more person. But I think Lil Yachty or something like that. But they all sat there and told him, there was like a warning, like, yo. And then he still did not. Yeah, it's still crazy. It's still crazy. Pockets looking kind of like Ocho. Pockets kind of like Ocho. And then I don't, and that's another, I don't know why. For instance, like, these are rich people problems, but I don't understand. Like, for instance, Johnson, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, owes Shannon Sharp. It's like five. It's six. It's like it's 6,000 max. It's a little less than 6,000. And he's like, why you ain't pay that yet? I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. He got a whole new Lamborghini. Bro, what? He's like, I got you. He said, you got it, but I need to have it. I don't understand that. Because, he really could just, cash at that. He really could just Zelle that. So he could send that. Why you stalling? Why you ain't send that? I don't know. That's their problems. That's their problems. I don't know. Time passing is not an apology. Time passing is not an apology. I think that's why I said change behavior is, but I don't trust it. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. And so like the reason I say I don't care about none of that is just like time passing, change behavior. Oh, it's just a simple fact that you already have. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact you have, like, it's a part of your character and it's not off the board anymore. Like there is a point in time you're like, well that's being a fool. Like, oh, I think I'm not sure. It's probably a meme. Someone was like, person be like, oh, I ain't never gonna do this, that, and the third, and then they come never like they never before. I would never do that. And here they come, never like they never before. I gotta make that. I'm gonna put that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna put that one on the shirt. But yeah, man. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that.